All right, this is a Chapter 9 review for the transitions math class. This will go along with assignment number 8. Assignment number 8 is going to be a review packet that's on Moodle. On that review packet, same as normal when we're in class, I give you this big long review packet. Don't try to do the whole thing. Try to do several of the problems, make sure you understand the information that the problems are dealing with, but don't try to do every single problem. And probably what I'll have you do for your grade for the review packet is just send me a picture of just one page, not the entire packet, just one page completed, and you'll get a grade for that. Now, don't just do the one page and then don't do any of the rest of it, because that won't help you on the test. When we do take the test will be all multiple choice, and you're going to transfer your answers into Moodle. And I'll try to explain that better. Probably put out another video to explain how to do that on assignment 9, which that's going to be your test over Chapter 9. The Chapter 9 review, this is what it covered. Sticker price of new vehicles, know how to deal with the sticker price of new vehicles, know the things that go into it, stuff like the destination charge, all your add-ons, all the stuff that you put on or into the car, which is your options, stuff like a CD player, power windows, power seats, whatever, all those options, dealer cost, and so on and so on. And I'm going to have some of the formulas here, so we'll go over more of that. Remember the dealer cost, they have a certain cost, and normally it's they set up a price for a car and they get a certain percentage, or they pay a certain percentage for that, and we'll talk about that. Used vehicles, not a whole lot about used vehicles. The thing we did as the assignment on used vehicles was I gave you 3 cars. Just know some of the different things with used vehicles, and what goes into the cost of a used vehicle, the mileage, the style of car it is, so on and so on and so on. Car insurance, different kinds of car insurance. You have liability, you have collision. Make sure you know those different styles. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Maintaining a vehicle, know some of the things that go into maintaining a vehicle. Different things along the lines. The gas, what we had. Different things that were set, and we'll talk about that. And then there were other things that changed. And then leasing and renting a vehicle, that was the last section that we covered. Actually, it was 2 sections. Just know the different things about leasing and renting vehicles, just little simple things. All right, for one of the formulas that we used was the sticker price. The sticker price of a car, you have a base price plus all the options, that's all the added on stuff, plus your destination charge. And there's other things that, again, we talked about that could be added in there, like taxes and the title charge and so on and so on. But those were the 3 basic things, and I'll try to stick to that. But this was for a new vehicle, a new car. Dealer's cost, remember the dealer's cost was percent of the base price plus the percent of the options plus the destination charge. So they told you something like the dealer got 88% or paid 88% of the base price, so it's 88%, 0.88 times the base price. And then they got us plus a certain percentage, and this is giving you the dealer's cost, how much it's actually costing the dealer. So they might be charging you 25,000, and this figures up how much it's costing them, and then you can subtract the answer you get from here from what they're charging you and see how much they're actually making off of you. Average retail price, this was for the used cars. The average retail price, this is the one that we got off of like Kelley Blue Book. Average retail value plus the additional options, whatever those additional options might be, whether it was power windows, power seats, sunroof, so on. The option deductions, that was things that they deducted, like if the car didn't have air conditioning, if the car didn't have power brakes or something. We had a chart for that. And then the mileage deduction, deduct money because if it's got extra miles or miles above what the average car has on it, then you deduct it. And there was a chart for that also. Your insurance, your annual base premium. Remember, this is just the base. The annual base premium was the liability plus the collision plus the comprehensive. And I think the chart that they gave us, it had two separate charts, had the liability chart, had the collision and comprehensive charts all together. And you had to know certain things. You had to know like the style of car. It was an A14 or something like that, and you had to be able to figure or look at the chart and find that. And then for liability, it was what did you want? Did you want 50/100, which meant 50,000 for one thing, 100,000 for another thing, and then it also had property damage. You had to figure into that. Then remember, that's your base. That's just the base. The premium itself, what you actually pay, is that answer times your driver rating. The driver rating was something like 1.6 or 3.2 or whatever it happened to be. You multiply that and that'll give you the whole thing. So the base is what they charge all the people in your certain group, whatever group they're putting you in, that's the base. And then they also look at how many speeding tickets have you had, how many accidents have you had, so on. Or how much do you drive the car? Do you drive it if you drive it a whole lot more, then they're going to charge you this higher driver rating because of you driving the car more. Depreciation of your car. To find the depreciation, it's the purchase price minus today's value divided by the number of years that you've owned it, and that's telling you the depreciation per year, how much the car is losing value per year. Cost per mile, how much does it cost to drive your car per mile? This is where that came in, where you have your variable cost, stuff like gas, oil changes, so on. And then you have your fixed cost, which is like insurance, car payment, license, tags, all that stuff. And then you add those two together and you divide by how many miles you actually put on in that certain time, in that year or 2 years or however long you're going for. When we were leasing a car, total lease cost, number of payments times the amount of payment. So if your payment was $199, and you were leasing it for 4 years, so 48 months, you'd multiply those two together, plus how much you had to put down on your deposit, plus a title fee, plus a license fee if they tell you that, and that's going to give you your total lease cost. Remember, there was two different kinds of leases, and One where you take the car and you turn it back in at the end of the lease and it's over with. And then the other where you have a chance to actually buy the car at the end of the lease. And also remember your total lease cost. There might be some extra charges there at the end that you're gonna have to pay for stuff like the damage to the car that's not normal wear and tear. They're gonna charge you for that. And then for the extra miles, if you drive it more miles, in the lease contract, they'll say a certain set amount of miles. And if you drive it more than that, then they're gonna charge you something, you know, like 20 cents per mile or whatever. And that's gotta be added into the total lease cost also. Cost per mile. So if you're looking at your lease car, your cost per mile is your total cost divided by how many miles you drive the car, and this could be, I said lease, but this could be a rental also. So you're just looking at what's the total cost, or what's the cost per mile of me driving this vehicle. All right, so again, that's just going over that real quickly. Try to do some of the problems off of the review packet. I will send, probably, I won't do all of the problems on the review packet. I won't send you all the answers, but I will do some of the problems off the review packet. So I'll do another video and send that out, just to give you a chance to try to check your answers a little bit. And if you have questions, don't be afraid to email me or call me, and I'll try to answer your questions.